Good morning. 7 o'clock, something like that. I just got to work and I thought I'd just do a weekly update. It's a little bit hot and getting hotter. So I think yesterday it was about 35 degrees. Lovely. I love that weather. It is wonderful. It is bizarre, however. I was talking to a customer in the shop yesterday and she was saying how she didn't like the heat, and she just got back from Darwin. Now, Darwin is North Australia, and it is extremely humid. Now, I love the humidity. I mean, having just got back from Thailand, I like it. I like that feeling. Summers in the UK were always extremely humid. Now, summers here, baking hot, but dry as a bone. There's no humidity at all. And unlike somewhere in the UK, you don't really sweat. Not at all. I mean, I might do if I'm going out for a long walk, but as a rule, I don't. So, Christmas will certainly be different this year. Now, that's what I wanted to talk to you about today. So, I had a message from someone a few days ago asking me what the significance for Christmas with me was. Now, I could have Christmas all year round, and that would be perfectly acceptable, wonderful, and it would really bring joy to my life. I love it. I love every aspect of Christmas. The sparkling lights. Do you remember the old-fashioned fairy lights, the ones that if one bulb went, all of them went? I've made it my mission, even in Australia, to try and find some of these lights. Can't do it. They do like a modern version, but you just cannot get those old-fashioned strung fairy lights. Can't do it. So I've had to make do with an alternative. Obviously, the Christmas tree's up. That was up last week, just before last week. I'm obviously buying bespoke Christmas decorations as I do every year, celebrating the last year, so celebrating 2023 and looking forward to 2024. Christmas trees for me are full of memories, and that's what's important. This is the biggest thing for me, the memories that Christmas conjures up. Now, I think our thoughts on Christmas, or our feelings about Christmas, are really established in childhood. As a child, I always had a good Christmas. There was never one that I can say I didn't like. I love spending time with family. And back in the 1970s and 80s, we had a huge extended family. We would go to my grandparents on Christmas Day in the evening, and everyone would be there. Party games, yeah. Invariably, we would fall asleep, stay over. I had my first snowball, my first eggnog, and my first, oh my God, what was it called? Babycham. I've got to find Babycham and snowballs this Christmas. I don't think I'm going to, because the alcohol market here is very different. I could obviously get that in the UK, just can't get it here, unfortunately. So if anyone wants to send me some, please do. So yeah, my affection for Christmas was formed really from early childhood. I remember sat there looking at Mum's Kay's catalogue, Freeman's catalogue. What else did she have? Great Universal. Now, back in those days, she couldn't really afford to buy expensive presents. Mum and Dad worked really hard, but times were tight, especially in the 70s. And Mum always had that catalogue, and she would bring it out at Christmas, and we would sort of thumb through and find out what we want and let her know, and then she would be able to pay for that toy or those toys throughout the year. I mean, at the time, thinking about it now, I mean, kids are greedy, and I was as greedy as anyone else. I wanted this, and this. Now, It would be a case of, no, I know you can't afford it. I'll just have this, and that's fine. But as a child, you know, you want everything. Now, the fondness for Christmas really is about family. So it really was about those times spent with mum, dad, my brother, grandparents. Because there was one, as I said, there was one grandparents on Christmas Day, and then we went to my other grandparents on Boxing Day. So we would always spend time with family. And I think it must have been early 2000s that no longer happened. I no longer spent time with mum, dad, nan, and I didn't see them. The reasons behind that are sort of, I can't really just, it's family related. We can't always get on with everyone in our family. So I made the conscious decision, along with Daryl, to take a step back and avoid confrontation on that day. That's as diplomatic as I can be, really. And I think that hurt. It has always hurt. So what we did is we forged our own Christmas. And we invariably had waifs and strays, people who had nowhere to go at Christmas. They would come to our house and share Christmas Day, Boxing Day with us. So we built our own traditions. We would always have someone over who had nowhere to go, and that was part of our tradition. And we had some nice times, and we spent some wonderful times with some great people, especially when I lived in Southampton. Now, moving to Spain, Christmas was completely different again, and Daryl was in Australia for one of those Christmases, and I was on my own. So the expat community, wonderful thing, opened its doors on Christmas Day, and I was able to spend time with close friends in Sierra Mar Square, and it was lovely. We played party games. You know, we had we had a wonderful day, and that meant something. The expat community meant something, and for someone like me, far away from home, they are important. And that, I really do miss Spain with all my heart. Watch this space, as I say. That's one day I would really, really want to go back to Spain and settle when times are right and when it's, you know, viable to do so. Anyway. And coming back to Portsmouth, I then had more family Christmas. It was spent with my aunts and cousins, and it was rather like going back to the Christmases of the past. Loved it. Christmas is wonderful. Helped doing the cooking, and yeah, it's something I will never ever get back again. But I'm going to try. So this year, I'm going to do a traditional British Christmas. Luckily, we have aircon, because when you're trying to cook at 40 degrees, you know, it's going to be hot. So we've got the aircon. We've got to get that service, actually, just to make sure it's all clean and ready, and not going to have loads of bugs and spiders falling out of it when I turn it on again. So yeah, I'm going to have a traditional Christmas, and mother-in-law and Bren will come round, and yeah, I will cook as I used to cook in the old days, and that makes me happy. It's going to be hard work, but it really does make me happy to do that. And yeah, and it will hark back to those Christmases of the past, and I have had some wonderful Christmases. What I'd like to ask all of you is to send me your memories. I've sent some of you emails. I put advertisements on the blog, and I would love for you just to send me even a few lines, whatever you can think, just telling me your favourite Christmas memories, and I will include them in my blog going forward. It is a special day for me, and I know it's not for everyone else, and don't be offended if you receive an email or a message asking for those memories. If you don't want to give them, just say, you're not, you don't want to. That's fine. We all have our own feelings. Maybe you want to share a memory that isn't so nice. That's fine as well. Please do so. I'd like to wish everyone a happy Christmas. Beginning of November, but my countdown has begun, and I'm looking forward to the next few months, and I'm looking forward to the new year, and hopefully it will be a much, much better year than this, although this one's been pretty successful. So look after yourselves and have a great week.